Hello, my front porch art friends, and welcome back to our project on our robot. I want you to pull out your kit and let's look at the instructions. Each kit comes with a step-by-step instructions and all these materials that you see here in front of me. And the other tip I would give you is to make sure you're working on a surface you can get paint on, a mat or a scrap piece of paper or a cardboard box, something that mom or dad doesn't mind you getting paint on. And then always have a paper towel or cloth you can wipe your hands on if you need to. Okay, the first step we're gonna do is to paint our square here. And this is 3D, meaning it has more than two sides that you can see. It's three-dimensional. And we're gonna go ahead and paint it silver. So I'm gonna kind of put my beads and other fun little things up to the side, and I want you to get your round sponge brush that came with your kit. And mine's a little big and might not fit in this paint pot. Let's see if it does. Oh, it actually does. So we're gonna get paint on it. Just like that. If you get a big blob, that's okay, because we're gonna spread it around. And we're gonna start just by going like this. Up and down, just covering the block with the silver. See that? Easy to cover. These sponge brushes work great. I'm gonna go back in and get some more paint and work on the sides. You're gonna get a little on your fingers, but that's okay. Each side, get a little more paint. I find this to be fun, going up and down with the sponge. Look, I'm even making some stamps while I do it on the paper. Now to do the final side, you could either put it down on the paper, some of the paint will come off, or you can kind of just like tip it. Get some more paint on your brush, and then just tip it a little bit and just kind of be gentle with it. This is styrofoam, so it does break. So you don't want to press or paint too hard on it. Just enough to cover that whole square. Okay, and then I want you to put it aside and let it dry, because the next step requires this to be dry first. So you might have to go do something else for a few minutes. It doesn't take too long to dry, but make sure it's nice and dry before you come back and work on it. So we're gonna let this one dry. Now I did paint one earlier and I have that one to work with, so I can keep showing you what the next steps are. And make sure you wipe your hands to paint off. And once it's dry, you're gonna come back, see now it's nice and dry, and you're gonna add all your elements to turn it into a robot. And let's see what it says in the directions. Sketch your robot design on a piece of paper. Plan for all the pieces included. Will the arms move? Will it have legs? There's all kinds of robots out in the world now, and you can go look some up with the help of an adult that do all kinds of things. You probably have one in your house. Maybe you have a Roomba, the one that vacuums. But all kinds of robots. Today, we're gonna make one that has arms and a head and can kind of move around. But try to sketch it. You could do this while you wait for your cube to dry on a piece of scrap paper, maybe what it'll look like. What are you gonna use this for? What the arms will look like? Will it have legs or feet? And once you're happy with that, we can start building it. So the round styrofoam ball that came in the kit, the idea is that you wrap the piece of tin foil that came around the ball for the head. Now, here's some other ideas. If you had silver paint left over, you could paint this silver, but you'd have to let it dry again and use the tin foil for something else. Again, this is left up to you to be creative with, but for this purpose, I'm gonna wrap the ball in the tin foil, just like that. Kind of smooth out the edges so it's still in a ball shape. Okay, now you've got some pipe cleaners. And remember, pipe cleaners are sharp. They have a wire running through them, so be a little bit careful with it. What you want to do is take it and push it into the bottom of the ball, just like that. And if you need help, ask an adult to help you, but it's pretty easy to push once you get it through. Okay, and that's on one end. And then you want to attach it on your cube. You're going to take the other end, which is also sharp, and push it through like this. Just like that, and get it to the size that you like. Okay, you can also just bend the pipe cleaner a little bit like that if you want to. You don't have to push it all the way in. Remember though, this is styrofoam and you don't want to be too rough with it or it will start to fall apart. So just use the pipe cleaner just to get the ball in there. Okay, there we go. We already got a head on our robot. And I kind of like leaving some of the pipe cleaner exposed because then it's kind of, his head can move around. Now I'm gonna work on the arms, okay? I'm gonna take another pipe cleaner. Maybe I'll use a yellow one this time. You have all different colored ones in your kit, so everybody got different colors. And you also got some beads. So I think I'm gonna add some beads to this one for his arms. Okay, and then you can curl up the end so the beads don't roll off. Just like that. And then I'm gonna push one on the side for his arms. See how easy that goes in? Maybe I'll make his arm going up. The nice thing about pipe cleaners is they are bendable, but they also stay in place. See that? Okay, and then I'm gonna make the other arm. Maybe I'll use this purple bead, another yellow. Remember, I'm bending the end up so the beads don't roll off. It also makes it look like he has a little hand. And I'm gonna push that in on the other side. And I'm gonna bend this one up too. Now it's like he's saying, hello. Okay, I like the way that's looking. And now, I don't know, do I wanna give him legs? Possibly. I've got some more beads, so let's see. Put a bead on here. Again, roll it up. That could be like a foot. Put it in here. That's 1 foot. Roll in the other side. On this side. This pipe cleaner is a little bit longer. Again, you can bend them. You don't have to just push it in, you can just bend them in. Now he's got 2 feet. Okay. Again, this is your robot, so you don't have to copy mine. You can make him have 2 arms. Maybe he has 2 arms on either side to do more tasks with his hands. He's your robot. And now you've got some other things you can use. You have these great colored stickers. And you also got a couple of metal, they're called washers. These washers. Now these are small parts, so if you have a little sister or brother that's 2 years old, make sure they don't get a hold of these, okay? We wouldn't want them to put it in their mouth by accident. All right, so you got some glue in your kit. It should have a little purple top. I've got mine in a little cup. And we're gonna use that special glue that's called craft glue to make sure these stay on because they're a little bit heavy. So I think I'm gonna put one on the front here. So I'm gonna make sure I put enough glue around here for that. And when I put something on with glue, I like to hold it down and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I lift it up. I'm gonna do the same with the bigger one. Put some glue on there. Put it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, look at that. It's staying on. It does need a little time to dry, so, but this glue holds pretty well. Starting to look like a robot. Now with these stickers, you can do whatever you'd like. You can give them eyes. You can use those for eyes if you want. 2 robot eyes there. Maybe I want a robot that has more buttons to press. Maybe he does multiple things. Maybe he cleans your room. You've made a robot that can help clean your room. So we're gonna put some more buttons on there. Maybe one button, he picks up your toys. Another button, he makes your bed. You guys decide what your robot's gonna do for you. And then I think I have another piece of pipe cleaner, so I'm gonna curl it a little bit, just with my fingers. You can also use a pencil to curl it around. And I'm gonna put that like an antennae on his head, on the top. Just like that. What do you guys think? You like him or her? I'm not sure. And you also have these little pom-poms, so up to you again what you do with those. You could glue them on his shoulders. That'd be kind of fun. You can put a little glue on there. Put that on there. Maybe these are the on-off buttons, so green turns them on, and the pink button turns your robot off. On, off. Again, total up to you what you guys do. Be creative, create your own robots. We'd love to see them when they're done. So give us a shout out on Instagram, #FrontPorchArtKits, and we'll feature your picture on our webpage. Wouldn't that be fun? Thanks for joining us today.